He's one of the 14 top. Di ba, the law stops with them eh. Whatever the Supreme Court says is legal. Correct me if I'm wrong, di ba? Yun na yung absolute law eh. Ang hirap man ganun yan, ano?
Well, the Supreme Court has legitimized the appointment.
That's the problem.
Yeah, the process was played out, and the Supreme Court pronounced it was valid. It was constitutional.
That's right, it was. That's what they said. But the problem now is you've got an opposition, incoming president who wants to go after the one that was there, supposedly being part of the campaign promise, with the Supreme Court being on the other side. I know it's independent, just like the COMELEC is independent of all the branches of government. But tama kaya yan? Well, they say there will be a constitutional crisis because what if you go head on? Who will win? They're both independent powers. No one can. But it will cause disruption, which is why they're saying there's a constitutional dilemma. With the COMELEC, out ang COMELEC dito, no? Kung sino sa swearing in, tapos na ang trabaho nyo. Out na kayo. Once you've said the numbers, the declaration of who is going to be sworn, declaration and whatnot will be the Congress naman, whoever is the real winner. That's when they become elect. Correct me if I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Noyna will be declared president-elect by Congress, not by the COMELEC. And then by which time, swearing in na lang on or before July 1. Because July 1, he steps into the seat in Malacanang. Parang ganun po yan, no? Out ng COMELEC.
June 30.
June 30. Pero kayo, wala na kayo responsibilidad dyan. Tapos na kayo.
Well, with respect to the President and Vice President-elect, the Commission on Elections will have nothing to do with the proclamation.
Out na kayo, wala na kayo responsibilidad. Let's go to the COMELEC, sir. Ang daming, alam naman, sa Pilipinas, walang natatalo na hindi nadadaya. Pinag-usapan na natin yan ilang beses eh. Sa Pilipinas, walang natatalo, lahat nadadaya. Now they're saying they're calling now electronic fraud. Because after all, the process was the PICOS, meaning electronic counting, quick counting. We got what we wanted, which is quick count. The COMELEC was very satisfied and happy and declared victory. The problem now, obviously, those that are losing are not running after any longer the candidates. There's what you call electronic fraud supposed to be. No less than Attorney Homobono Dasa, who went and filed a case just this morning with the Ombudsman against the COMELEC for electronic fraud. Paano po sasagutin ng COMELEC yan? Sasabihin electronic fraud. Yung mga kini-question.
I'm not even aware of his complaint.
Oo nga. Ngayong umaga lang po kasi yan eh.
Yeah.
Babagsak sa desk niya yan.
Well, I wonder how they could show some kind of electronic fraud. What do they really mean by that?
Well, there's a lot of cases now coming up. Kami last week here in GNN, sir, while we were covering the election period, the 3, 4, 5 days of the first week of the elections, we were talking about basically how there's some inconsistencies supposed to be, whether it be kuro-kuro or not. The point is, there were some inconsistencies. At the end of the day, we realized, or we came to the conclusion that ideally, the COMELEC together with Smartmatic, or COMELEC subjects our Smartmatic to a third-party competency check that's totally independent. Has the COMELEC done this, or will the COMELEC do this, or put the Smartmatic to that test?
Well, I think it may be good to do that. Not really to find fault, but to
competency
evaluate.
Lang.
Yes. How
I've heard that word, evaluation. Talagang part of the system po yan. Ano? We will do this.
I think it should be done.
We have now some problems in local areas. No one seems to be elevating it to the national arena, except, of course, for President Estrada, who is saying there seems to be some malicious whatever going on in the South, and he's saying his vote might even still be, kaya niya pa humabol, even though it's 5 million votes. Ang hirap na ata, no? But still. Is there a reason to listen to those complaints?
Well, as part of the process, it's part of their right also. They ventured into this, they spent for it, and so let us also hear them. They might have seen some things that we have not seen yet. They have the right to be heard, but they should back up their statements with evidence.
Yes, yes. Lumalabas talaga ang pagka-abogado mo. Pagdating doon. So, wag lang salita ka na ng salita. Magdala ka. But, is it okay for me, for example, being one of the common tao, can we compel the COMELEC for third-party competency check? Di ba? It's my right naman as a citizen. It's my tax money.
I think so.
Will the COMELEC be doing this?
I am not sure about it, but I think it will just be natural that we do it. I expect it will be done.
It will be done. So it's not an issue. Kaya lang, huwag niyo mamadaliin. Alam mo po, marami sinasabi kasi dyan. Alam mo, magic. Alam mo naman yung computer yan eh. Magic daw yan. Kasi una-una nag-umpisa dyan sa CF, sa compact flash drive, whatever. Di ba yung nagdadala ng software? That which tells the computer what to do, the software, the mainframe, so to speak. Number one, 3 days before or 5 days before, nagkagulo-gulo, and the CF cards, whether they were replaced or not. 2, in the local level, marami nagre-reklamo na. It just so happens that the popular president being Noynoy, by any survey, be it your personal or even the survey groups, Noynoy is really the most popular, more or less. Him being chosen as the national leader, it doesn't seem to be a real problem. Binay, of course, feels the same way, having the numbers. Estrada, what's his name, Rojas, feels otherwise. And of course, the other contender being Joseph Estrada, still contesting it. How about the local level? Nag-aaway-aaway sila. Marami na nga lumalabas na nawawala yung mga PICOS machines. Tama ba yun? Pakinggan ba natin yun? Wag na.
We should also listen to them.
May sagot ba ang COMELEC sa lahat sa mga ganon?
Well, they should show us that these things really happened, and then we will find out who is responsible for all of this. If these are irregular, then somebody must answer for them.
Wala kayo nahahanap. So, you can't do anything unless somebody brings proof to you. Yun ang position ng COMELEC.
Well, unless we get to know. We will know when they bring the matter to us.
Ano naririnig natin sa mga radyo-radyo, sa mga news reports, lumalabas ngayon? The groundswell has come up. It's all over. Na, there was this issue again this morning in Makati naman. May mga PICOS machines na hahanap doon. Yung mga natatalo, nagre-reklamo, hindi tama yung vote count.
No, I think we should look at it this way. You know, here are the ballots. They were counted by the PICOS machine.
Yes.
Now, we haven't seen the ballots, the markings, whether...
The actual ballot.
Yeah, whether indeed the markings there would...
be the same as the count.
Would be counted exactly as the machine count. But we had a pre-election survey, not only one, but several pre-election surveys. And they accurately tally with the result of the machine count. Aside from the pre-election surveys, we also have exit polls. And the exit polls also accurately match the machine count.
Ano po yung issue na a week before elections, di ba inikot nyo sa Makati, sa Maynila, sa Taguig, kung saan-saan yung mga PICOS, hindi accurate kasi yung, hindi nababasa yung second line, di ba may mga ganon doon sa PICOS. It didn't read the second line.
That was only the testing.
Opo, the testing. After testing yun.
That's the reason we have a test to determine whether or not the program that is there
is correct.
Will really perform correctly. And we found out that some compact flash cards would not perform accurately, so they were replaced.
Na-replace po yun?
Yeah, they were replaced. Now, the counts made by the machine are apparently accurate because the pre-election surveys conform to the machine counts. And there are exit polls. The exit polls also conform.
Kayo po gumawa ng survey na yun?
No, independent survey firms.
Diba?
And these are not just one survey firm, but several. They conform to the result of the machine count. Now, we are undertaking a random manual audit. This is prescribed by Republic Act 9369.
Random. Okay.
We are supposed to choose one clustered precinct.
Yan yung mga may ping-pong balls. May tambiolo, pinili nyo.
At random. per congressional